Hello, everybody. Zionesk111 here, and welcome back to more Civilization VII as Catherine the Great. I'm still looking for more distant lands, settlements belonging to other leaders, so I can easily complete the militaristic legacy path for the exploration age. But all I've been seeing as of late is ocean. Ocean for miles and miles. I still have to press on, though, if I want a chance. It's gonna start, obviously, with having these two privateers auto-explore. Still ocean with some atolls. Still not ideal. I've been planning for the additional specialist slot in all my cities. And I'll do 7 tribes mastery since it is going to give my cavalry units plus 5 combat strength if I have 5 or more relics, which I do not have yet. Although I do see an opportunity to get that condition satisfied by constructing a temple right here and purchasing a missionary. I, however, am going to have to go ahead and get Plovdiv converted to Orthodoxy before all else. This missionary, meanwhile, I have ordered him to head towards Plovdiv to convert it to Orthodoxy too. But in the end, I think it would be best if I have him go up here to Hastings to convert it. It's not following any religion yet, so I do have a slight advantage there. We discovered a new continent.
As previously reported.
And it looks like we've discovered more distant lands. But are there any settlements from other leaders? The only thing I can see so far is Niani of the Mande people. Nobody's befriending it right now, so might as well take the opportunity while they are friendly with me. I'm gonna have to be careful about how my privateers go about, since they can be attacked by their naval units. Meanwhile, I've completed the first milestone on the Treasure Fleet Legacy path. With more points, hopefully, soon to be on the way. Now, there are more points on the way with this Treasure Fleet, and more from Plovdiv to come. Would it make sense if I just went for the Treasure Fleet Legacy path at this point? Or I am making some okay progress in the Toshakana Legacy path. I've only got to earn 2 more relics from converting other civilizations' distant land settlements. I could just do that and call it a day. It would be marginally easier than the militaristic path. I don't care how many times you ask me, Pachacuti. The answer is always going to be no. I've learned my lesson on how alliances can lead to betrayal once I allied myself with Hatshepsut in the previous game. Wouldn't want that happening again, would we? I don't think there are any regular buildings that can that can hold great works other than the temple in the Exploration Age. I think I'll get a pavilion to go over here. Do get a slight bit of science once it's completed, too. It would even out the playing field between science and culture output for me. Oh, wow! I couldn't have imagined that! Both of my privateers got done in by Nyanni's own. Isn't that just dandy? Ah. But we do get our crisis beginning now. The Boer GOEC. The world has contracted. New shipping lanes bring goods once unknown to markets, and along with them the desire for more. One's importance in this new world is built upon what one can buy, and not who one's father was. Money is a great leveler, and feudal lords now find themselves waiting upon the whims of merchants without land or title, but with the cash and influence of a duke. Manufacturing and mercantile areas of the city grow increasingly wealthy as a result, but as they do so, they demand more and more attention, goods, and rights. So that means we get a revolution crisis in the Exploration Age. And all of these crisis policy slots are actually pretty good. No, wait, they're all bad. I saw the plus 50% and thought it was good, but they're all bad. Which one of these should I put in? I think I'm gonna do Noval Rishi for plus 50% food and happiness specialist maintenance. I think I'm pretty good with how populous Roma and Preslav have become. Tarnovo doesn't have a whole lot of population compared to the rest of my empire, but that's okay. I want to convert Plovdiv into a city sometime in the future. I think I'm going to hold off on that until these two migrants arrive. Okay, it's 38 yields for this tile. How far along am I on the Enlightenment path? I'm getting pretty close to the second milestone. The fishing quay and harbor are ageless, so I don't see myself improving there. Maybe if I get ancient... No, wait. Maybe if I get medieval walls down here, it would help. I've seen medieval walls affect yields before, but I'm not sure how well it would work now. Pachacuti wants a farmer's market. What I lack in alliance cooperation this game, I make up for in supporting endeavors with other leaders. It looks like Xerxes is having problems with privateers of their own. Although the privateers belong to Muraro Jambi and they're trying to ward them off. Thank you for the open markets, Napoleon. Alfustate is a treasure convoy producer, I know. And by converting it, I complete the first legacy path of Toshikana, the cultural. I think Shira's is slightly better, given it has more land tiles to work with. But it kind of looks ugly, don't you think? Okay, we are unfriendly, so maybe this would be a good time to take it. I'd want to say. The only technology I have left to research is gunpowder, so I'll definitely do that. And I think I'll get a bank right down here, building over the blacksmith. Treasure convoy. Okay, it's because this treasure convoy took its destination tile. Oh well. More treasure points are more treasure points. Emissaries from Nyani have given me 250 gold, which I guess is to make up for the time they destroyed my privateers. Their way of saying sorry, frankly. How can I argue with that? Oh, that heartbeat. Did you guys hear that? I never heard that in any of the previous times I tried building a hospital, but that is kind of freaky, if you ask me. It's a shame that I can't build over the Basilica and Temple of Jupiter because they're ageless, but that is part of my Roman legacy. How many relic slots do I have left? Only 2, but what's going on here? Okay, so it's only just some independent powers that are being defeated. That's okay with me.
Every empire.
Sasanian is defeated. Again, not really what I'm concerned about all that much. Pilgrims from afar. By ship and caravan, missionaries bear Bulgarian spirituality to all who will listen to their teachings. Many new students soon seek additional guidance and set out in hopes of receiving blessings from the Bulgarian saints themselves. The temples must welcome the masses will give me +2 culture on temple. How far along am I on the cultural tree? I still have yet to complete society. It's just that, social class, sovereignty, before I reach future civic. Might as well. Society must provide something useful, at least. And on top of that, my migrants have arrived in Plovdiv. I'll have one of them work on the sea turtles, and the other... let's have him take care of this tile for a fishing boat. A bit arbitrary, but whatevs. We're unfriendly towards each other. Me and Friedrich. We're only 5 above what we need to be hostile. I think I am going to hinder their research to just lower our relationship down by that much more. Napoleon wants another local festival? Consider it supported. I'm pretty close to becoming suzerain of Niani. Oh, Napoleon's going after befriending it too. But I'm way closer than he is, so I think it's pretty much lost on that end. So, sorry, Napoleon. Okay. So me and Friedrich are hostile towards each other, and that gives me the opportunity to... You guessed it. Declare a formal war.
Auf in die Schlacht! Ha, ihr Strolche, wollt ihr ewig leben?
Bring it, Friedrich. You're going down, Shiraz. Okay, my trebuchet unit is all the way over here. The furthest from the city center. Meanwhile, my hospital can go right here in Roma. And the pavilion will follow closely behind. Okay, that is despite the fact that I have more culture than science now. For how long, I don't know. So my trebuchet was able to reach it from that far away. And there we go. That's the first milestone of the non-sufficient Orbeez legacy path completed. It didn't level up my army commander even once, which is disappointing, but what can I do? And because I have the millenarianism enhancer belief, it was automatically converted into orthodoxy. And I think that got me a few more... No, it didn't. Actually. I guess it was because it didn't have any improvements over these two treasure resources yet. That's a bummer. But at least I got an expansionist attribute point along with a militaristic one. Well, at least now I know what I'm going to be putting my expansionist attribute point towards. For the militaristic point, let's do +1 settlement limit. Okay, so that's the notification for the militaristic attribute point. And I'm now suzerain of Niani. Let's do market right. +1 gold on warehouse buildings. And Napoleon has actually settled Sevilla on this island. Pretty close to Niani. I don't see why not. He's got a missionary down here, and I'll have him go towards Sevilla. Or Sevilla, since it is 2 L's consecutive, back to back.
Essential pack. The real.
Society and gunpowder have been completed. So if I recall correctly, yeah, we should be able to do a future tech at least once. It is gonna progress the age a fair amount, though, once it's done, thus giving me and the other leaders less time to get what they need completed. Still don't want to do anything big for Patavium just yet. Not unless it were a city. Only 1,500 gold to convert into a city for Plovdiv. Cheap enough. Alright, let's see what it can do. I could go ahead and purchase a shipyard right here. Can I do a wharf? Yes, I can. And then we'll do... Let's get a bank going in the City Hall district. No available resources to slot, even though it keeps notifying me of that. I'm gonna have to leave one of my, what are they called again? I'm gonna have to leave one of my bolyars behind to guard this settlement that I just captured. So I'll have it sleep for now. Maybe I should consider getting another settlement right over here, or better yet... Ooh, look at this. There's an island up here with 3 treasure resources. It's a bummer that I can't produce anything... produce or purchase anything in captured settlements until the unrest is completed. Napoleon wants an alliance with me now, too. Thanks, but no thanks. I've got my own matters to take care of. I can upgrade my trebuchet to a bombard now. I don't think I'm gonna do that. I'm instead gonna get my Tarkhan back to Plovdiv for now, and we'll see where we go from there. There's a little piece of land down there, which drops right from a cliff. And we got an intensifying crisis going on with a new elite. The shipping magnate, the factory owner, the burgher, and the landlord in distant colonies. These individuals have no royal title, but as the world craves trade, it is these fortunes that rise. A contradiction is born. Those with political power and military power have less and less financial power. To right these scales and reassert the proper order of things, new restrictions are placed upon the merchants, new taxes and limitations on the flow of trade. Religious leaders are co-opted into this as well. The economic order must be on earth as it is in heaven. In the guild hall, in the university, in the bazaar, angry voices seethe. What right does the old aristocracy have over what seems to be the natural order of things? And I'll have to get a second crisis policy in here. I think I have more influence than I know what to do with, so I'll do weak bureaucracy. I don't find it very likely that I'll be finding any more available independent powers to turn into city-states. Oh, dang it, Xerxes! I was planning to settle there. Guess I no longer have that opportunity now. At least I can get another fishing boat and work my way towards this tea resource. And someone else has been defeated. Magyar. And another city-state that we haven't met. That's definitely not my concern. Our bank is completed in Preslav. And I'll do a research initiative to get the future tech going faster. That'd be great. Oh. I'm guessing these Chevalers are from Sparta. I didn't even think of that. Could go ahead and purchase some Bolyars to deal with them before it's too late. And then we'll do +1 happiness and gold from great works with Icon Al-Atri. It's looking like that's the only other Bulgarian unique policy. Huh. I thought there'd be more to this. Friedrich wants to end the war with me, even though he is now attacking my homelands. I was just getting prepared to defend them, too. In the meantime, he's captured a few other settlements from other leaders. I'll go ahead and accept his peace deal.
The spear and the tongue.
Okay. At least now I have them on standby in case anything bad were to happen between me and Friedrich again. Even if it's just this one milestone along the militaristic legacy path I achieved, I'd best be thankful that I don't have the opportunity to head towards a dark age. And right up here, I'm noticing that Trung Trek is considering settling over here as well. Though I don't see her settler anymore. Oh well. At least I can now finish my hospital in Preslav. Something that I would like to do is get one more milestone along any of these legacy paths completed, although I think the most likely would be the treasure fleet. I could go for a second Enlightenment milestone as well, if I can help it. Thing is, how can I achieve such a thing for that? We got the future tech, and it's 10 turns until the end of the age. Mass casualties. The hospital is practically at capacity in the wake of the recent disaster, and there's no shortage of patients who need help. A leading doctor suggests that now is the ideal time to try new medical techniques on the injured in the hopes of advancing their care. but the overworked hospital staff fear that learning on the job will slow crucial care processes and risk lives. For now, the known is more reliable. I'm only doing that so I can get social class done any faster. I'll go ahead and improve this horse's resource, though. And I do have an expansionist attribute point available to spend. That's going to be on +1 food per age on warehouse buildings. I got quite a few across my empire. I'll do another cultural festival, actually, for Preslav, since I still want social class to be done at a faster rate than I would like. Looking at how things are now, I kinda doubt I'll be able to get to the possibility of a future civic as is. Also, I would have liked for some more relics to be in my empire. My missionary is getting a bit close to Sevilla now, for the opportunity to convert it into Orthodoxy, and I can have 2 more relics in my empire. Well, hey! I was not expecting for that second Enlightenment milestone to be completed, given that it was just a military fortress. Or a hidden fortress. Bulgaria's unique improvement. I wonder what... Wondering what would cause... I'm gonna have to... It's only just one more... It's just one more city tile that had its yield at 40 or more, but I don't really know what it is. But whatever. I'm good with what I've got. I think I'm gonna get a granary in the city center tile, so I can have Tarnovo's population be increased even further. The bank has been completed in Plovdiv. There's not enough time for me to get a guild hall or a hospital in. As nice as it would have been. I think I am going to... Let's do a bazaar next. I'll have to move this rural population over to... I don't think placing another specialist here will get this tile to 40 yield. No, it's only 36 yields. But I think there is one more specialist slot available, even though I doubt I'll be getting to that. I could consider getting this tile's yields up, but even with the 3 specialists assigned, I don't think it's gonna be that feasible to pursue. I think I'll just do a cultural festival. Social class is gonna be completed in 1 turn, but I still highly doubt I'll be able to get Future Civic completed for the first time this age. Probably best to let sleeping dogs lie. And our narrative choice is the culmination of the crisis, into the fire. The old regime is broken, its pieces trampled by revolutionaries as they raise a new flag to their self-made future. Yet this triumph is only the start of the journey. There is still fury in the populace and fear. Will this new government truly achieve its ambitious promises? Politicians and local leaders confront these uncertainties head-on, charting a path from chaos to peace. Reforging a nation is no simple task, but guided by the light of their revolutionary dream, the victors earnestly begin to manifest its reality. So we get a choice between monarchy, republic, and dictatorship. Long Live the Monarchy will give us a constitutional monarchy and start a celebration, but -10 happiness in all cities. The Republic will let us become a revolutionary republic, but it'll cost -10 happiness in all towns. And the dictatorship will let us become an authoritarian state, but -10 happiness in all settlements in distant lands. I have more towns than anything else. Cities I don't have a lot of, nor do I have distant lands a whole lot. Distant land settlements. I think I'm gonna do the monarchy and start a celebration. Oh, look at how much damage that did. That may or may not have been such a good idea. But good thing I had the gold to repair everything. They could still be unhappy though. But this age isn't gonna last very much longer. With the constitutional monarchy, we get plus 40% gold for 10 turns, or plus 100% influence towards initiating diplomatic endeavors for 10 turns. Let's do plus 40 gold for 10 turns. It did cost me a fair bit of gold to repair all those buildings. Let's do Enlightenment. Plus 1 science adjacency for science buildings. That didn't get our... Oh, actually it did. But only 1. I kinda thought it would get me to where I need to be for a golden scientific age. But... not quite. So it looks like one of the crisis policies I enacted became obsolete. I'm gonna do Revolutionary Tribunal for -2 settlement limit because I am kind of below the settlement limit. I was just 3 below. If I wanted to settle another town, I could. But I just don't think I have the time for that. And we got the second Treasure Fleet milestone done. Alright. That gets us some more relics to display. Okay, Zaragoza is also producing treasure fleets since it has an improvement on T. I think I'm gonna go ahead and finally purchase a temple in Patavium. Ooh. That actually gets us all the way to completing Enlightenment. And we unlocked Siam on top of that for having 4 temples. Okay, 3 turns until this age ends, so It looks like I am going to have time to have this missionary go up here and convert Zaragoza. I'm only just doing this for the relics at this point. Am I going to make it, though? Chances are slim to none, but I hope I can find a way. Another treasure convoy, but I don't think either of these are going to make it to the homelands before the age ends. Neither is this one. And here we have the Ebro River flooding again. Okay, it doesn't cost a whole lot of gold to repair them. It's practically free, given how rich I am. I don't want to purchase anything for Shiraz. Just yet. I'm not feeling confident now. Nah, it didn't. It just barely didn't make it, though. That's kind of sad. From the ashes have cooled, and a new order has taken shape. One that claims to be the realization of natural law. Empires had been long defined via the claims of noble families and the contours of religious faith, but these have given way to those based on an imagined community of folk and the harsh realities of commerce. The revolution has not happened in the same way everywhere. In some places, a new rationalized monarchy emerges, but one based around a revolutionary idea. An individual is the embodiment of a people, not its owner. In other places, the people advocate for their own representation in some kind of deliberative body. In still others, a demagogue has awoken the desire for freedom and chained it to a personal quest for power. The world is born anew, and for the first time, claims to be the full and complete realization of what it should be. Holy crap, that was a mouthful. I think I am going to skip out on reading these dialogue boxes again, should a crisis like this happen, where we revolutionize against the old ways of leading an empire. But yeah, that's the end of the exploration age, folks.
Amid tiled halls and marble columns, Bulgar scholars empowered ordinary people to live extraordinary lives.
Absolutely breathtaking, isn't it? So glad to finally be done with this age. It took me 5 parts to get through the exploration age last game, when I played as Isabella. Don't know why I keep bringing her up so much, but I'm pretty proud of myself for completing a legacy path, even if it wasn't the one I was going for. But I'll still get a fair amount of legacy. I'll still get a fair amount of attribute points from what I do have. Plus, I was able to level up Catherine the Great once again to level 3. And our choices for the modern age are America, French Empire, Great Britain, Meiji Japan, Ottomans, Prussia, Qajar, Qing, Russia, and Siam. Now, we could choose Prussia, because Catherine was born near Prussia, as the game states. But since Catherine ruled Russia, I think that is what I am going to choose. Historic choice after all, plus we played as Bulgaria in the last age. Let's do it!
Imperial Russia rules with beauty, science, and authority. Defying the snows of winter and would-be conquerors alike, Russians make a living from the edges of the world, turning hardship to art, perseverance to poetry, and opposition to resilience. Turn the Russian winter into a thing of beauty, and let the Russian soul shine.
I promise you, Russia, Catherine the Great will not let you down. I just gotta determine what I wanna spend my legacy points on. Obviously, I'll have to do a militaristic or expansionist attribute point. Same for diplomatic or cultural. I don't know how many universities I have in my empire. One. Huh. Okay, there's another university. I thought it was gonna be just that one. Okay, so it looks like I only have those two universities. But I think I am going to choose the Enlightenment Golden Age anyway. They'll become Golden Age universities, meaning that they retain their base yields, adjacency bonuses, and effects in this age. And what the heck, we'll do Lyceums, since we're already going to have a scientific attribute point. Since that is what we've left it at, the mementos. And we'll do one militaristic attribute point, one cultural attribute point, and we'll spend the 2 economic legacy points on the attributes. Just like that. Giving us 6 attribute points to work with. And I think that is going to be it for this part. I still have a decently sized empire with me. Especially now that I have 12 settlements in my territory overall. And I'm soon to become more powerful thanks to the attribute points I have to spend. Plus there's all this blank space on the map that I'm gonna have to explore at some point if I want to achieve any kind of victory, especially the economic one. But I still want to show off the militaristic victory in the modern age, since I have yet to record that and show it to you guys. I'll see what I can do about that starting in the next part, but until then, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you then. Bye!